Well, here we go. In less than 24 hours, we are going to have a new president. At least that means if all things are done in a timely fashion, a little bit more than 24 hours, actually. But you guys catch my drift. It is election day tomorrow. And in this video, I want to highlight some of the key areas that we'll be looking for as this upcoming U.S. election is upon us. And it is definitely poised to influence what crypto will look like for the near distant future, especially next year into 2025, which should be a very bullish year. That is, if you believe in the 4-year cycles. And why wouldn't you believe in the 4-year cycles, considering they've never been broken before? Our last major blow off top bull run happened in 2021. That is why so many people are primed and ready now for 2025. But 2024 happens to be an election year. We had one very similar in 2020. It was followed by a 2021 major bull run, which was absolutely incredible. We shall see what happens here next as this presidential election is nearing closer. Here's a list put together by Into the Block. I'm going to add some other things to it. We're going to roll along. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. We're going to cover a lot of ground here. Some of the things we're watching for tomorrow, a lot to cover. Subscribe if you have not already. Also, if you don't follow me on X, definitely do so. We've got a mega space going on tomorrow, an all-dayer, starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. We are going to be live streaming that here on YouTube and X as well, but stay locked in. Follow me on X. There's a link down below to do so. Now, let's come back over to Into the Block because they really laid it out nicely here. Here's the quick take. An influx of crypto-friendlier candidates could be elected Tuesday as funds from crypto firms ballooned in this election cycle. Now, we are getting money coming in on both sides, okay? So it's not like an end-all, be-all that we have to get Donald Trump in, but I think the mass majority would say that Trump is probably the better candidate for crypto. Just based on the fact that he went to Bitcoin Nashville, he's spoken about crypto in a positive light. Harris necessarily hasn't talked about crypto in a negative light, but she hasn't really talked about it. So we don't really know what the stance is. Now, Senate races in Ohio and Montana could influence how crypto legislation is taken up next year as well. And then whether Democrats or Republicans take the House and Senate will also be a big key thing we'll be looking for. This could also determine who leads key committees that would take a lead on bills to regulate crypto and, of course, stable coins and the whole CBDC discussion, right? A central bank digital currency. Donald Trump said there would not be one of those if elected for the next 4 years. So that's also something else to consider. But the crypto industry is definitely infiltrating politics now, and with cash and with people's opinions just on the digital landscape, digital space. This is getting crazy. Actually, you have crypto a main focal point in the election for the first time ever. Fairshake, for example, they've raised over $200 million in this election cycle to put behind key races, according to Open Secrets, with funding coming from large crypto firms, including Ripple and Coinbase. Some of the biggest races to be on the lookout for on Tuesday include matchups for the Senate in Ohio and Montana. It says here more seats in Congress will be filled by people who identify as being pro-crypto, marking a first in this election. This is coming from Allison Mangero, Executive Director at Proof of Stake Alliance, an advocacy group for technology around staking. Regardless of how each race shakes out, we are going to have the most pro-crypto Congress we've ever had. Mangero said in an interview with The Block, there will still be a lot of work to do in terms of education and in terms of the industry because we're poured so much money into these races that now the real work is going to begin. When it comes to the candidates, the presidential candidates themselves, they've both weighed in somewhat on crypto. Harris has said her administration would encourage innovation technologies like AI and digital assets while protecting consumers and investors. This according to her 80-page economic plan, which, we sift through that a little bit. It wasn't crazy detailed. Trump made his own pledge to end an unlawful and un-American crackdown on the crypto industry, backing a crypto project called World Liberty Financial, but also speaking at Bitcoin Nashville. Prediction markets have played a significant role in this year's election, too. Courts ruled that prediction market Kalshi could go ahead and offer bets on the elections, and its markets went live. In the meantime, decentralized prediction platform Polymarket's betting volume for who will win the U.S. presidential race ballooned to almost 3 million as of November 1st. Polymarket notably does not operate in the United States, and it is done by the Polygon team. Analysts have said that prediction markets, like any market, aren't always accurate, but are effective in aggregating real-time public sentiment. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? An 80% chance Republicans take the Senate. Democrats have a 20%. So this is an actual really important point here. So if, Republicans, which they're, looking like will take the Senate, goes through, in particular, Tim Scott of South Carolina could take the helm of the Senate Banking Committee, no matter if Brown wins in his race there. Scott, who is currently the top Republican on the Senate committee, has more recently shown support for crypto. In August, he proposed creating a subcommittee focused on the digital asset industry, which I think would be a great idea. Personally, that's what really needs to happen, I think, is a new governing body to just look at digital assets. Like what they're doing in the Ripple case, to me, is just asinine. You're putting a Howey test up against this burgeoning, new technology. You need a new test. You need a whole new way of thinking about the future of money and digital assets, in my opinion. So I would be for this idea. Now, if Scott creates a digital asset focused subcommittee, it could serve as a precursor for future crypto legislation. And this, to me, would be obviously what we want more than anything. We want guidelines and guardrails set in place. Tell us what's what, right? And it says here, House Financial Services Committee, Ron Hammond, Director of Government Relations at Blockchain Association, had this to say: "We could assume that with this subcommittee, this would be an area where not only the Senate either take up the House bills, but they could even potentially start their own bills, whether it be stablecoins, market structure, or something different on the anti-money laundering front." This coming with an interview with Into the Block. With the Block. If Democrats hold on to the Senate, Brown would likely remain chair of the Senate Banking Committee. However, if he loses his race, there's a chance that Senator Warren could become chair. That scenario, though, is unlikely because Ohio is a swing state, so Democrats could have to pick up other states to get control of the Senate. There has to be a lot of very unlikely circumstances for Warren to be chair, which is good for crypto. Warren has notoriously been super critical of crypto and is pushing for the crypto industry to follow anti-money laundering rules, and behind a bill that would extend Bank Secrecy Act requirements, including know your customer rules, to miners, validators, and all wallet providers. And just that whole stance would not be good for crypto. In terms of the House, Republicans are close, but there is a 53% chance Democrats could take the House, at least right now. Patrick McHenry is set to retire in January. That's the Republican from North Carolina. He has been pivotal in leading efforts for both a stablecoin bill and the FIT21 bill, which we covered pretty heavily on this channel. We'll cover it again. McHenry said in September that he thinks his bill could gain momentum during the lame duck session, the time period after the election and before a new Congress steps in, coming up in January of 2025. Whichever party wins the White House will likely win the House as well, Hammond said. A House Financial Services Committee chair will also likely be picked by November or December. Names being thrown out there right now. If the Republicans take control, French Hill of Arkansas, Andy Barr of Kentucky, Bill Huizenga of Michigan, and Frank Lucas of Oklahoma, all friendly toward Bitcoin and crypto, by the way. So these are, I think, just as important of who gets in as president. Who is going to be in power in key positions like the House and also, obviously, the Senate. So we will be tracking this. It's going to be a wild day for sure tomorrow. In terms of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, I'm trading some meme coins. There's no doubt about it. There's some Kamala coins going nuts right now. This Kamabla one, not financial advice, by the way, but we found this one when it was like 300K. That one's going crazy. This 47 on Solana has been pumping. There's a ton of them out there. Super Trump, which has been around for a while. There's a lot of political meme coins. We'll be covering a lot of these tomorrow on the stream. And overall, we'll be taking a look at the overall market just to see kind of what happens. Bitcoin down 2% today down to 67,400. So dipping here for sure. The last 7 days, we're down about 3%. We are kind of hanging in the balance right now. Will we go back down to, a $62,000 Bitcoin? I don't know. But we'll be watching everything live tomorrow. We'll be reacting live. We just got to wait and see how this plays out. And we'll be making trades. We'll be live pretty much all day tomorrow. It's going to be nuts. So make sure you guys do subscribe. We'll see you guys on the live stream tomorrow. And real quick, before we get up on out of here, just had a new new partnership, actually. I signed up with a new exchange, BTCC, and they're doing some awesome stuff. 10% bonus on first-time deposits when you deposit $500 in USDT or more. All signups unlock secret community rewards, extra bonuses up to $10,055 per user. All users will receive SVIP1, giving them 40% lower trading fees. Yeah, when you sign up using my link today, 40% lower trading fees over at BTCC with me. It's trusted by millions for 13 years. They've been running. Buy and sell hundreds of 300 plus crypto futures, up to 500x leverage, no VPN or KYC necessary over at BTCC. Sign up today using my link. Get access to all these perks. And we'll see you guys over there. Happy trading. We'll see you guys around the corner. Tomorrow's going to be nuts. This is the video for now and some of the insights and some of the things we're watching for. It's not just about the presidential election. It's about who else gets in power here in the House and Senate. We'll be tracking everything for you. Appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.